Hi and welcome to the video. This video is mostly directed at business owners, but that doesn't mean you should just close out of it if you're a freelancer or you provide any sort of business services. You could really learn something too. I want to talk about business consultants. I know that's a really broad subject, but I think it's a good thing to start with and just kind of work down and see where it leads. If you're a small business owner, or maybe you're just thinking about starting your business, you're probably going to be asking, why do I need a business consultant? But forget why you need a business consultant. Let's start with what a business consultant actually is and what they do for you. If you have a small or a medium business and you look at your organizational chart, it's probably pretty scary. You're going to see that you're at the top of that chart, and then you're in the middle of that chart, and then you're at the bottom of that chart, and then actually, as you think about it, you make up almost every position on that chart. And that can get really overwhelming and impact your business. You started your business because you wanted some freedom and you had a passion for a product or service, but then before you know it, you ended up being a part-time attorney, a part-time accountant, a part-time marketing rep, a part-time webmaster. Everything you can think of, you've probably done it at some point. As a business owner, you know what your business needs more than anyone else. You want to overcome any obstacle yourself. You want to conquer all these challenges. You're ready to face it head on. I can definitely admire that passion, but it's not really realistic at the end of the day to expect one person to do the work of a team while still keeping the quality very high and meeting all of the expectations their clients and customers expect. That's where a business consultant can come in, evaluate the situation, and give you a good neutral opinion about things that you might be doing that aren't really the best use of your time or could even be holding your business back. Let me give you a real-world example of what I'm talking about. Imagine that you run a restaurant. It's pretty successful, you have a few employees, you have some happy customers, and you want to expand and take it to the next level. This restaurant has a really good word-of-mouth following from local customers, but you want to expand further and you want to get online and see if you can draw people from a neighboring city that might not really just drive by your place, but you believe that your food is so good that you think if they just know that you exist, they'll come and visit your restaurant. So how hard can it actually be to get more people to know about your restaurant? You start by making a website, and then maybe you think about social media, a Facebook page, a Twitter account, an Instagram account, and then you start thinking about review websites like Yelp. A lot of customers will visit your restaurant and they might say things on Yelp, and that will make you want to go there and monitor that, set up a profile, to make sure that you have the right message out on the internet about your restaurant. So that's just 3 social media platforms, at least 1 review site, and building your own website from scratch. That doesn't sound that bad, right? So you start watching a bunch of YouTube videos, you start reading a bunch of websites, and you try to learn the easiest way to put all this stuff together and make your restaurant more popular. You might not have a lot of experience even building website, or maybe no experience at all, but you've seen a lot of videos and you've heard about these services that make it so easy that it's definitely going to work out when you try to use it. So you go ahead and you give that a shot, you do your best, you follow the instructions, you upload your information, and you did it. You got your website, you're online. You do the same with your social media accounts. Now here is a question that I want to ask you. How much time do you think it takes to change gears between a restaurant owner that's putting out some great food that people love and then instantly turning into a web designer? What about writing quality content for your social media accounts? Remember, now you're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook. Let's put that aside for a second and talk about Yelp. You look at your email and you just got a new review. So you're super excited that all this marketing stuff is working, and then you hurry over to Yelp to check out this review. What happens as soon as you load the page? It's a bad review. The review just says that this person has been a long time patron of the restaurant and they feel as though the food quality has gone really far downhill over the last month. Obviously, that's a gut shot for you right there because you've been spending all this time and energy trying to get the word about your restaurant and how great your food is on the internet, but you haven't been paying attention to your restaurant. So the food isn't actually as great as you thought it was because you're not there to make sure everything goes smoothly. It's not very realistic to expect that your restaurant was going to run perfectly like it did before, even after you took a lot of time off to work on all this new internet marketing stuff. After all, you're just one person, and while I would agree that people are definitely capable of doing a lot of great things, you can't just expect to be able to do everything all the time and have it all just work. You need to have realistic goals. That's where a business consultant comes in and can really shine. Now let's look at this story again and see what would have happened if the restaurant owner decided to talk to a business consultant instead of just jumping in and taking on all the responsibility. The first thing the restaurant owner should expect from a half-decent business consultant is a free consultation to talk about the goals of the restaurant, what the owner thinks is realistic, what the business consultant thinks is realistic, and then the two people can just meet in the middle and develop a plan that works with the budget the restaurant owner has to launch this new project. I know exactly what you're about to say to that last thing I just told you. You're going to say that the restaurant owner doesn't have the budget to hire a business consultant, and that's exactly what led the business owner to be doing all those jobs in the first place. I agree that a lot of businesses have budgetary concerns when it comes to things like this. But let's look back at the story about what happened when the business owner tried to take on more than they could reasonably manage. They got everything done, but at the end of the day, the business suffered because of it. If you stop thinking about how you don't have the budget, you might realize that it's more expensive to try to do this yourself because you're going to lose sales because you're not focusing on your business. Your business is what you do the best. When you're distracted, your business is going to suffer. So let's fast forward and say the restaurant owner was able to hire the business consultant. What does the business consultant actually do? After understanding what the restaurant owner's goals are and their needs, the business consultant will then make a plan that's cost-effective but still delivers a lot of value to the restaurant owner and helps the business grow. Seeing how a business consultant is basically just a professional problem solver, they normally have a lot of skills and contacts that can help almost any business. Maybe they offer in-house web design and they can take that job off of the restaurant owner's plate and get it done professionally and quickly. Speaking of the website, who was actually going to be taking the photos of all the menu items for the restaurant? Most business owners overlook that or think they can just use their camera phone, or they have a niece or a nephew or some family member that can help them out. Sometimes that works out, but most often you'll find that your pictures aren't really the quality that your business deserves. That can really hurt, especially if you're trying to do something in a very visual business like a restaurant. Your business consultant can most likely recommend a professional photographer that's going to be able to take great pictures that deliver the results that you're looking for with your website. I hear the same thing again. Where am I going to find the money for a professional photographer if I just had to empty out my couch cushions so I could find the money to hire a business consultant? I would just ask anyone with that question, how much money are you going to waste on people that aren't reliable because they might not be professional photographers? Or if you just pick a professional photographer that you think is going to be able to handle the job, and it turns out they don't actually do it up to your standards. Or the worst case scenario where you just use camera phone pictures that aren't very flattering and you scare potential customers away from your business. The last piece of the puzzle your consultant will most likely tackle is your plans for a social media campaign. Do you remember how the restaurant owner said they wanted to use every social media platform so they could reach as many people as possible? Well, it turns out after talking to their consultant, they learned that Instagram is probably the most valuable social media platform for their specific business. This isn't just a blind guess on the business consultant's part. A quality business consultant will know which platforms perform the best for which businesses. Seeing how a restaurant is very visual and people like taking pictures of food and sharing them on a platform like Instagram, it's a natural fit. Now think about this. How much time would the restaurant owner have wasted if they tried to attack every social media platform at once? Well, I think that's about as deep as we need to go into that story and example. I know some of you will still have some questions, and that's perfectly normal. You can just go ahead and leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to address them. The main thing I hope you took away from this video is when you should hire a business consultant, and more importantly, why you should hire a business consultant. I'm definitely not trying to say a business consultant is a superhero, a genie in a lamp, or a fairy godmother. They are definitely people just like you, but they really want to help your business, and with a little bit of budget, you'd be amazed what they can accomplish. Like I said before, you need to get out of the mindset of not having the money to hire someone to help solve your problems, and instead think about how much money do you stand to lose by letting those problems linger. Once you overcome any budgeting concerns, you're going to notice that hiring a professional to do a job, whether it's build your website, help with your marketing, or anything that your business might need, it's going to be a lot faster because they have experience doing these things for other business clients. A project that looks very large and could take you months may only take them weeks or even days to complete. Once you recuperate the costs of that project, you get to keep the benefits for your business forever. Thanks for watching the video, and if you found it useful, make sure you go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or ideas for future videos you'd like to see. Last but not least, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and then ring that little bell next to the subscribe button so you get notifications when we upload a new video.